Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Atlanta. We got a new song. Some of you might know it. It's an Emma's Revolution song called Keep On Moving Forward that we're starting with. Yeah, we got some fans back there. Please rise in body or in spirit. It repeats a lot of times, so you'll learn it as it goes.
Trying to get more people to sit on this section.
Gonna keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Never turning back.
And we're trying to get more people to sit on that side if it matters.
Never
Can you direct people to that
side? We'll repeat that verse. Gonna keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Never turning back. Never turning back. Gonna keep on loving boldly. Keep on loving boldly. Keep on loving boldly. Never turning back. Never turning back. Gonna reach across our borders. Reach across our borders. Reach across our borders. Never turning back. Never turning back. Gonna keep on moving proudly. Keep on moving proudly. Keep on moving proudly. Never turning back. Never turning back. Gonna keep on singing loudly. Keep on singing loudly. Keep on singing loudly. Never turning back. Never turning back. We are going, heaven knows where we are going, but we know within, and we will get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, but we know we will. It will be hard, we know, and the road will be muddy and rough, but we'll get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, but we know we will. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. We are going. Heaven knows where we are going, but we know within, and we will get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, but we know we will. Oh yeah, yeah. 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 Oh yeah, yeah.
Good morning. I'm Reverend Jonathan Rogers, and I am so pleased to be with you all here this morning at the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Atlanta, where we are transforming lives through courageous action and soulful connection. If you're feeling down this week because of climate news and anti-democratic political processes, you are welcome here. If you're feeling joyous because summer is finally here and there's no mountain high enough to keep you from celebrating the wild and holy with your faith community, you are welcome here. And if the highlight of your week was hearing that 37 counts of federal indictment have been handed down, against Donald Trump, you are welcome here. I would like to welcome lay minister Tracy Gagne to light our chalice this morning.
Did it go out again? Oh, geez.
No, we're good. We're good.
Sliding words together. May the light of this
flame
illuminate our tradition of seeking,
invite all who yearn for acceptance, and ignite our passion for justice and peace.
Good morning. Now, you didn't know when you arrived, but guess what? You are going to help tell today's story. Oh, yeah. Woohoo! Now, as you may have picked up by now, I love creating and telling stories, and I love to hear stories as well. And one of the most compelling storytelling mediums that I discovered during the pandemic was TikTok. Who here is on TikTok? We have a few. Yes, excellent. So TikTok has found its way into the limelight of pop culture, social media, and it is truly a rabbit hole of meaningful, fun, often political, and adorable stories. So for those of you who are on TikTok, anybody do cat talk? Like all the cat videos? Yeah, that's like a 3-hour rabbit hole for me anytime I open that up. So these stories, too, are roughly 1 to 5 minutes long.
So platforms like TikTok allow us to connect and create together, whether it's important social justice content or a fun dance. Every generation has their own means of creating and sharing pop culture moments. We can embrace both existing and new means of storytelling to make change, build community, and have fun. Who's ready to have a little fun this morning? Yeah. All right.
So we are going to make a congregational TikTok to a song that you may have heard before, As It Was by Harry Styles. Yes, woohoo! So if you don't know this song, here it goes. This is the chorus.
As it was, as it was, as it was. And you know it's not the same as it was.
Beautiful, thank you, Don. Give it up for Don. So what we're gonna do today, don't get too intimidated. We can all handle this, I believe in us. Every section is gonna have your own bit of a very short TikTok dance to these lyrics. So every section you only have one line, look at that. The most you have is like maybe 4 syllables. We're gonna do it. We're all gonna do it together. So if you'd like to join us, you can rise and body your spirit to learn your part before we record it. Wonderful. All right. So over here we have section 1. You'll see that your line is you know, nice and simple, right? So you have 2 gestures. You know. Let's try it a couple times. You know. You know. Beautiful. All right.
Awesome. Okay, and so this intersection here, your part is it's not the same. It's not the same, and it goes like this. It's not the same. Nope. 9.
Killing it.
It's not the same.
Beautiful.
I think we have it.
Yeah. I think we got it. So then over here on section 3, you have the last line, as it was. So we have as it was. As it was. You got it. Okay,
Awesome.
so we're gonna try it all together with Don singing as a dress rehearsal. Is everyone ready? You feel rehearsed? Okay, here we go.
As it was, as it was, as it was.
And you know it's not the same as it was. Oh my gosh, professionals! Well done. Okay, could I invite our videographers this morning, Sam, John, and Deanne to the front here. Beautiful.
Love it.
All right.
Excellent.
Do we feel ready? Are you ready for your big debut? You're gonna go viral. I hope you're prepared. 100 celebrities are in this room right now. All right.
All videos are up. All videos are up. Yeah, you got it. You get
Beautiful.
that section? Yep, we're good.
All right, here we go. Everybody ready? All right. Wait, we gotta be prepared. Make sure everyone's filming.
Are we good?
All right, nice.
Okay.
We got the angle. Okay. We're ready for you, Don.
As it was, as it was, as it was. And you know it's not the same as it was.
You're incredible! Well done, everyone! Beautiful. Thank you, videographers. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Yes.
So now you have a reason to get on TikTok.
You do indeed.
Yes, and then to follow our channel so you can see yourself. Oh yeah.
You do indeed. So this was a fun way to start our morning, but it also is not the same as it was, right? We at UCA are really proud to be a home where we celebrate both the old and new means of storytelling, where we can embrace the classics and innovation. So thank you for having some fun with us this morning. And if you want to follow us, you can find us on TikTok, UCATL. UCATL. Thanks,
All right.
everybody.
Woo! Thank you, Shay. Thank you. Okay, so now I would like to invite members of the religious education team to join me here on the chancel to help lead this morning's movement prayer. And while they're making their way up, please go ahead and rise and body your spirit and join us. Excellent. All right. Yes, feel free. Here we go. Yay! So many. Okay. First, we bow to honor the spirit of life. We lift our arms and embrace the gifts of spirit. We bring these gifts unto ourselves with gratitude and breathe and smile. We share these gifts with the world. We remember to be present. Honor. Embrace. Gratitude. Share. Be present. Amen. Blessed be. And so at this time, we would like to invite our children 5th grade and under to join preschool or their creative workshop for today. And please note that the locations for these are just down the hall on the 1st floor. And so as our children recess, please take this opportunity to greet each other, especially someone you have not met.
So joining me today on stage is my dear friend, Dr. Joshua Bornfield. Josh and I have been making music together for almost 20 years. He's visiting from Baltimore, and here's a little song you just sang part of.
Holding me back, gravity's holding me back. I want to hold out the palm of your hand. Why don't we leave it at that? Nothing to say when everything gets in the way. Seems you cannot be replaced, and I'm the one who will stay. Oh, in this world, it's just us. And you know it's not the same as it was. In this world, it's just us. And you know it's not the same as it was.
As it was.
As it was. And you know it's not the same as it was. As it was. As it was. And you know it's not the same.
Answer the phone. Hey there, you're no good alone. Why are you sitting at home on the floor? What kind of pills are you on? Ringing the bell. Nobody's coming to help. Your daddy lives by himself, and he just wants to know that you're well. Oh,
In this world, it's just us. And you know it's not the same as it was. In this world, it's just us. And you know it's not the same as it was.
as it was.
As it was. And you know it's not the same as it was. As it was. As it was. And you know it's not the same.
Go home, get a headlight, speed internet. I don't wanna talk about the way that it was. Leave America, 2 kids follow her. I don't wanna talk about who's doing it first.
As it was. And you know it's not the same as it was. As it was. As it was. same as it was.
Right. Our reading this morning is by Bell Hooks from her book, Teaching Community, a Pedagogy of Hope. Dominator culture has tried to keep us all afraid, to make us choose safety instead of risk, sameness instead of diversity. Moving through that fear, finding out what connects us, reveling in our differences. This is the process that brings us closer, that gives us a world of shared values, of meaningful community. Thank you.
Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea. Move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Root hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me. Fuente de amor, ven hacia mí y al corazón cántale tu compasión. Sopla al volar sobre la mar hasta moldear la justicia de la vida. Arraigame, libérame, fuente de amor, ven a mí, ven a mí.
Let us put hands on hearts, feel the heartbeat, connection to life. Breathe in peace. Say to yourself silently, I will love myself. I will love others. And that love can heal the world. At this time, we hear the joys and sorrows of this congregation. We send healing energy to Lisa Hammett and her family. Lisa's mother, Mildred, aged 95, recently fell and has been placed into hospice care. You are invited to say the names of people you are holding in your heart this morning. Speak their names out loud into this holy space now. May all beings find connection. May all people find comfort. May all of us find ways to be more loving to one another. Spirit of life, love eternal, we rest in holy gratitude. We surrender to a mystery beyond ourselves, asking forgiveness for our mistakes, those times we have been selfish and thoughtless. Breathing in and out, we offer grace. We forgive ourselves and each other. We begin again in love. We honor our earth, supporting and sustaining life. We breathe in, opening our hearts to wonder for just one moment, feeling a deep connection with all beings. Let us calm our bodies and our minds. We breathe in peace, and then we exhale. We relax into this space that our intentions make sacred. We enter into the silence.
Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
Good morning. I have long believed that two of the most important members of society include the philosophers and the artists. These groups tend to provide an in vivo reflection of society as we are living it. I happen to be married to a philosopher who is well known in his sphere for his reflections on current events, but this service isn't about him. Today, we are talking about the artists, and specifically about popular culture, which can be used to promote social change and a sense of belonging and unity. Last month was a big month for our family in that we attended 2 concerts that I had long awaited, Kenny Loggins and Ed Sheeran. One of the observations that Nathan and I made at both shows was that each show attracted a diverse group of people. Before the music started at the Kenny Loggins show, I chatted with a 12-year-old and his family about our favorite Loggins songs. They had driven 4 hours to see this show. During Ed Sheeran's performance, which some had driven many hours to attend, he mentioned that our grandmothers probably knew the words to his songs. And that would have been true, too, of the Loggins show. For the Loggins show, that diversity also meant that he played songs from several decades and had long, gratuitous guitar solos that some members of our crowd enjoyed, while others did not. Personally, I'd wished he played more from my favorite album of his, Leap of Faith. At both shows, the crowds were ready to sing along with all the songs they knew. It was so empowering to be in a room of 76,000 people, or even 25,000 under the stars, gathered together for a common reason. To a smaller extent, we at UUCA have this every week when we walk through these doors and join together for whatever the service has to offer. Like last week, right? I want to incorporate those 30-second dance parties into my daily life. I haven't yet, though. We don't necessarily believe the same about everything, and I find myself feeling a similar excitement about coming here on Sunday mornings as I did when I stepped into Ameris Bank Amphitheater and Mercedes-Benz Stadium last month. I wonder about what to expect. The opportunity to share time and music with all of you, to share the art in the Pullman Gallery, being able to chat after the service, and even cry together if that's what's needed. I enjoy that we include pop culture in our services as well. I appreciate that we host local musicians and include poetry readings during our art gallery openings. I appreciate all that UUCA offers to me and my family, and I hope that you do too. Right now, we're going to show our support for the ways that UUCA helps us come together with others who may not think or look the same as we do. The offering will now be given and very gratefully received.
This song is from Taylor Swift's newest album, where I believe like every song on the album went on the Billboard charts, like the entire album itself. She's a great songwriter, fantastic songwriter. This is called Anti-Hero. It's a little bluegrassy.
I have this thing where I get older, but just never wiser. Midnights become my afternoons. When my depression works the graveyard shift, all of the people I've ghosted stand there in the room. I should not be left to my own devices. They come with prices and vices. I end up in crisis.
Tale as old as time.
I wake up screaming from dreaming. One day I'll watch as you're leaving, 'cause you got tired of my scheming.
For the last time.
It's me, hi, I'm the problem, it's me. At tea time, everybody agrees. I stare directly at the sun, but never in the mirror.
It must be exhausting,
always rooting for the anti-hero.
Sometimes I think that everybody is a sexy baby, and I'm a monster on the hill. Too big to hang out, slowly lurching toward your favorite city, pierced through the heart but never killed. Did you hear my covert narcissism, my disguised as altruism, like some kind of congressman?
As old as time.
I wake up screaming from dreaming. One day I'll watch as you're leaving, and life will lose all its meaning.
For the last time,
It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. At tea time, everybody agrees. I'll stare directly at the sun, but never in the mirror. It must be exhausting, always rooting for the anti-hero. I have this dream, my daughter-in-law kills me for the money. She thinks I left him in the will. The family gathers round and reads it, and then someone screams out, "She's laughing up at us from hell."
it's me. Hi, I'm the problem, it's me.
It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me.
It's me. Hi. Everybody agrees, everybody agrees.
It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. At tea time, everybody agrees. I'll stare directly at the sun, but never in the mirror. It must be exhausting, always rooting for the anti-hero.
And now, please join us in the dedication of the offering. To the work of this congregation, which is weaving a tapestry of love and action we call community, we dedicate our lives and these our offerings. I've got a trivia question for y'all to start off with this morning, so please get ready to type your answers in the chat if you're joining us virtually, or to shout them out if you're here in the sanctuary. The question is, what was the first movie ever shown in the White House? I hear it from several portions of the audience here. The Birth of a Nation. It was shown in 1915 when Woodrow Wilson was president, and its vile, bigoted scaremongering in the form of a film that makes a horribly racist representation of the Reconstruction era South. Some historians estimate that it was so popular and shown so often throughout the South in the years after it came out that at one point as much as 75 to 80% of the population in our region had seen this film. Ava DuVernay describes in her wonderful documentary, 13th, how long-lasting the impact this film has been on the racial imagination of America. It is an unfortunate example of how popular culture, like movies and TV, can be hugely influential on the world around us, and how, therefore, these things have power. I am greatly indebted to Gloria Jean Watkins, more popularly known by her authorial pseudonym, Bell Hooks, for the concept of cultural criticism. She passed into the ancestral realm in 2021, and her departure was a massive loss for the movement for collective liberation. In Hooks's interview entitled Cultural Criticism and Transformation, she states, quote, "My own sense is that the most enabling thing I can offer as a critic or an intellectual professor is the capacity to think critically about our lives. I think thinking critically is at the heart of anybody transforming their life. I really believe that a person who thinks critically can find ways to transform their lives that can be deeply and profoundly meaningful." Hooks lifts up critical thinking as a form of power available to all regardless of status or wealth. Can I get an amen? Critical thinking is a tool for change that we can wield no matter how in the bag for our mayor the city council is in the cities that we live in today, how beholden to the multinational corporate influences our elected officials might be. And in order to wield that tool, Hooks proposes that we become quote-unquote, enlightened witnesses, saying, being enlightened witnesses when we watch representations means we are able to be critically vigilant about both what is being told to us and how we respond to what is being told. That is how we can both resist certain types of conservatizing representation and at the same time create new and exciting representations. Raising consciousness and critical awareness is fundamental to the project of imagining and creating a better world. It's what allows us to see things in their broader systemic context. The best example of this comes from Hooks's analysis of rap music, about which she says, rap music is so diverse in its themes, its style, its content. But the rap that gets in national news is the rap music that perpetuates misogyny, that is most obscene in its lyrics. It's the perfect paradigm of colonialism. We think of rap music as a little third world country from which young white consumers take whatever they want. An honest accounting would have to acknowledge that young white consumers, primarily male, oftentimes suburban, got most energized in rap music by misogyny, obscenity, pugilistic eroticism, and therefore that form of rap began to make the largest sums of money. The young men who create a lot of rap music are not naive, and they know they can make $1 million talking about obscene misogynistic desires. When I was growing up in the 90s, I associated the music of Tupac Shakur with violence and danger. He was the victim of shooting attacks even before his killing by shooting in 1996. It wasn't until I listened to his music as an adult that I picked up on themes like Tupac's support of the Black Panther Party, which his parents and godparents had been members of. In his posthumously released single, Changes, Tupac sings, I got love for my brother, but we can never go nowhere unless we share with each other. We gotta start making changes, learn to see me as a brother instead of two distant strangers, and that's how it's supposed to be. I learned that the themes of the war on drugs, treatment of black people by police, racial reconciliation, and poverty were all indispensable to Tupac's canon. It took me years to see him in a more positive light, to accept him as a liberatory figure instead of an oppressive one. The portrayals of him that had filtered down to me originally as a white child growing up in America had asked me to see him in this more violent and oppressive light and not a liberatory one. Bell Hooks' framework of cultural criticism and interrogation has helped me to accept Tupac more on his own terms and less in terms of how he had to appeal to a young, white, male, suburban audience and how he was portrayed in a sensationalist media. Now, at this point, you might be asking, what's the point of all of that? Can't I just like Tupac or not and leave it at that? So, let me offer an example of a TV show that's had real-world consequences in the form of influencing a literal Supreme Court justice. In 2007, former Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia, hold your applause, Antonin Scalia told a public panel on jurisprudence that torture was justifiable because of the actions of fictional secret agent Jack Bauer on the TV show 24. Scalia said, quote, "Jack Bauer saved Los Angeles. He saved hundreds of thousands of lives. Are you going to convict Jack Bauer?" One of Jack Bauer's catchphrases on the show is, "You're going to tell me what I want to know. It's just a matter of how much you want it to hurt." I promise, I'm not trying to ruin the show 24 for anyone. It's bad enough on its own. But it's also a reminder that the stories we tell have power, directly and indirectly. That's why the Department of Defense provides substantial access and resources to films like Captain Marvel, Top Gun, Black Hawk Down, and the Transformers series. And they give access and resources in exchange for portraying the military in a positive light in those films. James Gunn, the director of Guardians of the Galaxy, acknowledged, "When a film uses military assets for free, those scripts have to get military approval to make sure that the military isn't disparaged in them." This is not a recent phenomenon, but rather goes all the way back to the first Academy Award for Best Picture being given to the movie Wings in 1929, which used military equipment and filming locations. Now, did all of this stop me from going to see Top Gun Maverick in the theaters last summer? Twice. Absolutely not. I'm not letting the propagandists for imperialist capitalism get between me and watching Tom Cruise race a fighter jet on his motorcycle while the soundtrack plays Danger Zone. I'm not asking anyone to boycott certain movies and watch others, to watch the right thing instead of the wrong thing. That's part of the fun of being in a non-dogmatic covenantal religion that tells us not what to believe, but how to be together. Wild and holy exploration of spirituality doesn't mean sticking our heads in the sand and ignoring the outside world or protesting Christian nationalist films because we disagree with their conservative or theological messages. It's way more fun to watch those conservative Christian films and mock how clumsily they're made. An encouragement to growth, a wild and holy spirituality should lead us into a deeper and more open conversation with one another about the world we want to create and embody. I was so excited to see Avatar 2, The Way of Water, last winter because the first Avatar embodied the themes of colonial resistance, naturalistic harmony, and multicultural collaboration as elegantly as any movie in my lifetime. The second Avatar expanded on these themes, bringing them from the forest to the ocean. And what I like about these films is they're a great starting point for a discussion about themes that can seem very abstract and difficult to find common reference points for. Building collective imagination of the world we want to live in is a vitally important project during a time of transition and despair, such as we are now living in. Our most important duty is to imagine new futures and to collaborate with one another on bringing those into existence. For myself and my generation growing up, the most common and detailed imaginary world that we had as a common reference point was that of Harry Potter. Its stories taught us that even an orphan living under the stairs could defeat fascist authoritarianism if he was imbued with the power of love and friendship. They taught us about mentorship, collaboration, organization, trust, and above all, courage. I've preached before here a sermon called The Liberatory Message of Harry Potter. It was about the lessons in those children's novels related to social justice organizing. Folks came in robes and were wearing wands and waving them about, calling out their favorite Hogwarts houses. And at the end of the service, we all were chanting together about overcoming the fascist forces of Lord Voldemort. It was about as jazzed as I've ever been in a worship service. Some of you know why this is more than a little heartbreaking to describe at this point in time. It's become more and more clear over the last 5 years that Joanne Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter novels, is deeply transphobic. She's what many describe as a trans-exclusionary radical feminist, or TERF for short. She's repeatedly made bigoted and insensitive statements about trans women and stood by them even as her co-workers and fans have discussed with her how harmful those statements have been. So many of us first learned the courage to be our true selves from the Harry Potter novels that to learn Joanne herself didn't support those ideas in her personal life felt like a severe betrayal. To learn that she had betrayed us like this involved a lot of coming to terms and understanding that the charitable interpretation of her words is that Joanne is deeply uncomfortable with her own gender identity and with the notion of transness. The less charitable interpretation is that she not only struggles with these things, but has played it out on a very public level, both in what she has written and what she has said in the aftermath. In retrospect, transphobia is a very common theme in both the Harry Potter novels and her mystery novels written under the pen name Robert Galbraith. The news of her transphobia was devastating to many of us Harry Potter fans, but it was also an impetus to learning how to read critically, to analyze a piece of art beyond just whether we liked it or not, or whether the good guys won or lost in the end. It prompted me to ask, whether the message of Harry Potter was really a liberatory one, if, for example, the government at the end of the novels went back to being the same as it had been at the beginning. If to ask why wasn't Hermione the protagonist of these novels all along? To ask why non-human magical beings being stand-ins for various non-white races was an acceptable trope, not just in these novels, but in the Western narrative tradition of literature at large. If you're interested in these sorts of questions, there has never been a better time to seek out literature and podcasts where these questions are explored by queer and trans activists and literary scholars. Y'all, the eighth principle that we are contemplating and that some courageous congregations have passed tasks us to build diverse, multicultural, beloved community. And this is not a trivial task. It takes time and the courage to be vulnerable and open with one another. As Bell Hooks said, popular culture is where the pedagogy is. It's the common reference point for learning from one another and bringing our message of love's wild and holy and transformative power out into the world. If pop culture isn't your thing, bring us the full passion and enthusiasm of whatever is one of your obsessions, and let us use that as a point of connection for our collective imagining of a more just and equitable future. And if there is some aspect of popular culture that's your main obsession, then let's use that as our point of imagining and growing our beneficent and beautiful future. In the words of poet Andrea Gibson, this is a time to pull all your strings, play every chord, never go a second hushing the percussion of your heart. May it be so, and may we be the ones to make it so.
Revving up your engine, listen for the howling roar. Metal under tension, begging you to touch and go. The highway to the danger zone. We'll take a ride on to the danger zone. That's not our last hymn. Please rise in body or in spirit. We are building a new way. We are building a new way. We are building a new way, getting stronger every day. We are building a new way. We are working to be free. We are working to be free. We are working to be free. Pain and greed and jealousy. We are working to be free. Can feed our every need. We can feed our every need. We can feed our every need. Start with love, that is the seed. We can feed our every need. And freedom
our cry. Peace and freedom is our cry. Peace and freedom is our cry. Without these, this world would die. Peace and freedom is our cry.
Take courage, friends. The way is never easy. The path is never clear. And the stakes are very high. Take courage, for deep down there is another truth. You are not alone.
We are building a new way. We are building a new way. We are building a new way, getting stronger every day. We are building a new way. We are building a new way, getting stronger every day. We are building a new way. Go in peace, everybody.